Boom. Boom. Yeah, I like just make a BTS of just like all the bloopers we have.
Of you eating barbecue. Slowly zoom in.
Yo.
Slowly zoom in.
This low-key is gas, I ain't gonna lie.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome.
I'm sorry.
That was perfectly fine. What's up, everybody? This is
Men with crossed legs.
Men with Crossed Legs. This is another.
Sorry.
We gotta
we gotta
create
make
the
it,
symmetry. This is a photographer right here.
Yeah.
This is another first kind of thing for between projects. But me and Hassan are gonna continue doing these. We're gonna talk about graphic design, photography, probably a bunch of stuff that has nothing to do with that. And then every now and then we'll probably have somebody else here, so we could actually give you some substance. And yeah, that's about it. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah. If you can't take jokes, you could like just stop watching the video right now. And yeah, if you don't have a sense of humor, you could like stop right now. This is like a little warning.
Yeah. So the previous episodes that were a little bit longer, these are going to be a little bit shorter. Just try to get like a little bit of like, a little bit of conversation here and there. It's not going to be this 1 hour long-winded thing, which is cool. But in this instance, we're just going to do little episodes and see how it goes. So, yeah.
Roll the intro. Roll the intro.
I feel like the appropriate beginning would be talking about how terrible our stuff was when we first started. So, is there anything, like, I guess the best way to put it is, what equipment did you use to start your work, and like how bad was it?
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like I did what every photographer does when like they first started. They start with like a Canon
Rebel T5.
T5. They go T5, T5i, T6, T3, one of the T series. But yeah, we started. I started with a Canon T5, and I bought like this 3-light kit from Amazon that you put the bulb in. It was like a little softbox. I was shooting in my like garage. You remember those times?
Yeah.
That sounded so weird. I ain't gonna lie, but no, but like yeah, I had like every like the starter pack. Just a Canon, the kit lens. I think I bought a lens later on. I remember my dad bought a camera for a friend and he didn't want it anymore, so I went to return it. And then I'm not gonna say which company we bought it from, but when I went to return it and I returned it, they shipped it back to my house for some reason. And I was like, did we get a refund? And my dad was like, yeah, we got a refund. And then I'm keeping this shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I sold the Canon and I bought like 2 lenses for the Nikon.
Yeah. So it was a Nikon?
Yeah, it was a Nikon D50.
Was it like significantly better than the T5?
Nah, I mean the T5 and the Nikon, they're like beginner DSLR cameras. For all the younger photographers, we had this thing called DSLRs. So like now we have mirrorless. So
was DSLR obsolete?
No, DSLR was just a more bulkier camera.
No, yeah, I remember those. I also got roped into the T5 thing.
Yeah.
That's what we did like all those VW videos on. But like now, is the just standard for people to get right into mirrorless?
I mean, mirrorless. So like the difference between DSLR and mirrorless is that DSLR has like a mirror in front of it. So when you take a photo, the mirror opens up. So then like it hits the shutter. So now, I mean, the sensor now is literally called mirrorless because there's no mirror. It's just directly to the sensor.
Okay.
So that.
You'll learn more about this in Hassan's photography workshop.
Coming up. Yeah. So. I lost track. What were we talking about?
You got the Nikon?
Oh yeah, the Nikon.
You got the Amazon Light Kit?
Yeah, the Amazon Light Kit, and then later on found out how booty the Amazon Light Kit was. Don't ever buy the Amazon Light Kit, please.
Is it the one that had like the
umbrellas
and stuff?
No. Like it's like 3 rectangular light boxes, and then you got to put the bulb in. Like
okay,
yeah. It's like $200, bro. You could like low-key lowball somebody on Facebook Marketplace.
For a way better light.
Yeah, probably get like 2.
But I feel like they overcharge for all that stuff because I fell into the same thing. Like I got that T5. I remember I bought it off of John And then he had a T5 in high school. And then he was getting rid of it because he got an actual good camera. So I bought that off of him. I think I bought it off of him. And then he had like this duffel bag of like light kits, and he had a green screen in there.
Yeah, that's another thing I was about to get to. Like
yeah.
They give you the white silk.
Bro, they give you it's like the cheapest version of everything. All right, but then like how bad did the work turn out?
I mean,
like in retrospect, I mean, like at the time, it was fire because like all of us were like,
like we didn't know. I mean, I look back at my work and I cringe, and I'm pretty sure everyone cringed.
Can I like put like I'll put some of my old stuff too. You gotta send me stuff.
I'll send you. I got some stuff. Yeah, I remember I did like shoot with my friend, and I was like, oh, like he had a can of goose jacket. I'm like, oh, this stuff that was just terrible, terrible editing, everything. But yeah, man, like you just. Growing up is realizing how ass you were, but you gotta be ass to get to being good.
Yeah. No, I remember my first laptop that I had I think I was in like 7th or 8th grade. It was this like HP, it looked like a construction worker had this laptop. Like it was like this huge laptop. And then it had basically cardboard insides. Like it couldn't run anything. And then I legally bought Photoshop CS6, and then I legally bought it just came on the computer. I was one of the rare lucky few. Somehow got there.
Yeah.
And then I remember I didn't even understand how to like use all the Photoshop tools.
Yeah.
So what I did was I had like one of those like cheap Wacom tablets, like those like drawing tablet things. Yeah. And then I would, instead of like using like spot healing or anything like that, I would literally sample the skin color and like draw on top of it.
That's crazy.
And then I would use like that little smudging tool and like blend it. And bro, I took like 7 steps to do like a spot healing.
But like to be honest, like the spot healing brush now versus back then, it's like completely like it's not.
Now it's crazy.
Now, I mean, I'm like, yo, like we came from an era like if you had to cut someone out, we had to do that by the pen tool.
Bro, the pen tool, you got like or that the selection tool where you do like the lines.
No,
and then you go around a curve, so you got to zoom in real.
Yeah, but once you learn the pen tool, bro, like it's go to like. It looks so difficult, but like once you learn the pen tool, like it was just so much easier.
Especially for design stuff, the pen tool is important because you use it in Illustrator a lot. So if like when I do stuff, I usually always use the pen tool, and like my process is like I'll sketch a ton of stuff, and then like some of those ideas I'll like just take a photo of it on my phone, and then I'll like drop the opacity and like use the pen tool and like either trace it or skew it or whatever, and then. But like before, it was just like terrible, like having to like kind of like make rectangles and then curve them to try to get all like the stuff done. It was so bad. Yeah. But like Photoshop is in like a completely different spot now, and I feel like all the programs are too, because like before there weren't so many options. Yeah. Like now, and this is like old people complaining time. But I remember I edited the first video I ever edited was for Reggie. It was him and Jacob. It was this like they did this song called like Chimichanga. It is not on the internet anymore. And then
you gotta find it.
If I find it, I'll text Reggie. Yeah. And then we shot it at Kane. Yeah. And I used that Rebel T5 or whatever, and then I used Sony Vegas, and then it wasn't paid for. Like I didn't. This one I actually acquired for free, and then so it had the watermark on it, and I could not get rid of it. Yeah. So what I ended up doing was I just zoomed it. I would export it. Yeah. It would have the thing like the watermark, and then I think there was like some other program. It was like you ever Google, where it's like you ever Google like Instagram image downloader, and then you get to like some weird website with like a million ads, and you like drop a link and it exports the photo. It was something where it was like video cropper for free or something. And then I had to upload the entire video onto the internet, and then it like cropped in the video so the watermark wasn't there. So the whole time we were doing the video, and I knew I had to do this. So the whole time we're doing the video, I'm literally standing like 30 feet away from them. And then I'm like, no, it has to crop in. Yeah. And then I shot it at like 1080p. Yeah. So it looked like so bad. And then now it's like you have like DaVinci Resolve, you have Premiere, you have CapCut, you have edits. Like Guinea does so much entire video editing in CapCut.
Yeah.
People do entire video editing and edits. CapCut has a desktop app.
Yeah.
DaVinci Resolve is crazy.
Yeah. Premiere, like if you got the Adobe suite, you might as well just stay with the Premiere.
I use Premiere, but
Final Cut's not bad either. It's just honestly,
I haven't used Final Cut. Final Cut looks cool because it's like all Mac stuff.
The thing is, like, I would do Final Cut, but like I'm so used to Premiere. Like it's like at the end of the day, it's like whatever like makes you like the most comfortable. And same thing with like cameras. Like, you know, like, oh, people say Canon, Sony, Nikon. Like, bro, at the end of the day, bro, you could fix anything in post production and just like. Whatever you're comfortable with and whatever the system you're like, you know, is efficient and easy for you to use, like that's kind of the way to go.
Yeah. I didn't realize too how much, like, I mean, when you first start something, you always think it's like, okay, like the higher the megapixels on the camera or the higher, like the better graphics card it is. Like most design software, I don't even think really uses your graphics card. Like I think it's more so just like about like the RAM and like this PC, like the CPU speed and stuff.
And like
so
space too, like
space is crazy. I mean, once you learn about cache memory,
I still don't understand cache memory.
But I don't either. And then it's like, Photoshop needs your entire hard drive to use, but we don't actually use it. But if you don't have it available, we can't use it. It's so strange.
Bro, I still don't get that. Like, I mean, I'm just learning to like, it's so crazy. Like, I've been doing this for 10 years. Like, just like, I think a year and a half ago, I'm like, oh, I could save everything on my SSD. And like, I just learned like...
Bro, I just started working off of an SSD.
And just when we start that, they skyrocket to like $1,000. Like,
I was glad I bought one though, because I literally got a new hard drive and I got one of those T7 SSDs.
Yeah, the T7.
Right before.
I should have bought another one, bro. Oh
yeah, bro. So many people bought like...
I just spent $250 on two SD cards, bro. That used to sell for like, I think $70 to $80 max.
Each?
No, like all together.
Together?
Yeah. Maybe 100. I might be capping a little bit. But like,
so definitely use the free programs if you can, because everything's getting expensive.
Yeah.
But even like Adobe's super expensive. I mean, like, but I understand why they try to go these ways, because they don't want people to like pirate stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, the only thing is it's like nobody that had like $800 or $900 to buy your software was like, oh, you know what, let me use the crack. It's literally like 13, 14, 15-year-olds trying to learn how to use it. But the good thing is that there's a ton of free stuff that's like actually good and competitive.
Yeah.
I know you use Canva sometimes. I know a lot of people do. I don't use it, but I know they came out with like Affinity, which is basically their like Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign clone. And the cool thing about it, it's all like in one program. Yeah. Whereas like you have to update a million different programs. It takes 9,000 years. Then Adobe Creative Cloud was not updated. So now you have to update that. And then they all have an actual update.
The only reason I use Canva is unfortunately, if people don't.
He pays for Adobe.
Yeah.
Pays for Adobe.
All right, let me tell you. For those who don't know, I actually studied graphic design just like my friend over here. I was persuaded by my graphic designing teacher that told me I wasn't good enough to get into art school, which I was like, I should have never listened to her. But so I'm rusty with graphic designing. And
but it's great. Yeah. So many people are bad at graphic design in design school.
Yeah, but like that, and honestly, that's another thing. Like, like I had teachers that uplifted me and did got me, very inspired to do better. And then I don't know why I listened to that one teacher, but yeah, basically like I in my peak when we were talking about Illustrator, pen tool and everything, like I was sketching out designs for like sneakers. Everything that I do was because I want to be a sneaker designer. Yeah.
You can do anything in Illustrator, but then like the good thing about those programs, like you can use them all, which is good together. But I mean, for the most part, it's like you have to be like a super like power user to really do all that stuff. Like for my 9 to 5, I use all the programs, but for the majority, even in my freelance stuff, like I use Illustrator for the most part. I use InDesign second, like as much. Yeah. I don't even touch Photoshop for anything. Like I don't have to edit people's photo. Like that's not what my business is. But then
I actually make posters on Photoshop. I should probably look into InDesign, to be honest.
I mean, it's good to do it on Photoshop, but that's the thing. Like you can edit. Like you'll see that they purposefully dumb down certain settings in certain programs so that way you can use more of them. Yeah. Because if you go to Illustrator, you can't transform the text or apply blurs the same way you can to Photoshop. And then the text tool is way better in Illustrator and in InDesign. So like what I do sometimes, like for like if it's like posters or a book or something, and like you're doing a more design cover, I'll design it in Photoshop, take the PSD, drop it in Illustrator or
and
InDesign,
do the text on there.
and then do the text on top, because it's like, or just like even make everything right, and then if I have to apply effects or anything to the text that I can't do in there, I just like screenshot it and like replicate it in Photoshop.
I actually did the complete opposite of what you do. Like I would like logos, like I would get like the word, because like you could like curve the like fonts and everything like that. So I would do that, copy as a smart object, and then put it into Photoshop and then put it together. So like I did.
I mean, at least
So it's like same method.
I thought you were gonna say you designed the logos in Photoshop. That would be
same method, but just doing it.
No, but I mean that's what you're supposed to do. And like the smart object, then you could go back and edit the whole thing. But
like going back to the thing about like me being a graphic designer, but that's why like I do Canva, because Canva, like they have like templates which are really good, and it's good to like just start off. He's laughing at me, but listen. One thing that once you become a professional, like at whatever you do, is time. Time is very important.
Yeah.
So if I can just go to Canva and cook up something real quick, like a poster. Like then like really just sitting out on a blank page or like an artboard in Photoshop and just trying to put it together.
They have Photoshop mockups too.
They do?
Yeah.
You telling me this now?
Go to Envato, Free Pick, you could Google stuff, you get stuff for free. I think it's way better. But I mean, if you have Canva, use the templates, because then that'll make sure my work looks better than yours.
Yeah.
All right, so
I have free Canva because I already pay for Photoshop and everything. That they make sure they get their money.
I have the most powerful design program on planet Earth. But I'm using Canva, the mobile phone 3DS of design.
Yeah. You know why? Because I'm lazy.
And then if you go on Etsy, you buy the pack that has 1,000 templates for $2, and then you drop it into the thing.
I ain't gonna lie, I did buy that, and I'm like, why the f did I do that?
No, but see, I'm the other way, where it was like, for the stuff that I don't know how to do, I'm going right onto Etsy. I'm like LUT, and then I just find whatever thing.
No, literally, like I used to have this website where people would gift you free LUTs.
For what?
Gift.
Yes. Because it's Christmas time.
Yes. Yeah. Or Eid. Eid is coming up.
Yeah. Christmas time or Eid.
Yeah. Or Hanukkah. Like,
Hanukkah.
Yeah. And Christmas. But like. Dude, I forgot the freaking website name, bro. Oh man, I got a lot of gifted LUTs.
Yeah. Pirate Pay.
Yeah.
That's a pirate.
Or LUT Pirate.
Put Lyrit.
Yeah, Put Ryrit.
And don't use Reddit. Reddit is for bad people. They don't give you anything. How much money they charge for stuff on Reddit?
Yeah. Just stay away from Reddit, kids.
I remember too.
But that's a topic for another.
When I was doing design, when I was doing stuff, when I was doing, when I was first doing posters and stuff, I would literally just go on Pinterest.
Yeah.
And then just like do the same thing that everybody does, where it's like whatever you're looking for, and then like type in like aesthetic, and then it's all like moody and grainy and shit like that. And then you literally just like drag it into Photoshop, and then you like put text over it, or you like download graphic, it's like a meme for, I guess, in like design stuff, but it's like, remember all the vinyl, like people will make like, oh, here's my album art, and then let's take a vinyl like texture over everything. And it's like everybody found like the free 10+1 grunge pack or whatever. And then I still use all that stuff because it's really good. But I mean,
I
don't
backed
use
up on hard drives. I have that backed up on this, that.
I don't use it as like the same way I did before. I use it more so for like texturing separate things, or like even just in certain places. But before, I would just design something, and like everybody does this. When you first start, just pop set it to freaking overlay or set it to screen, drop the opacity, up the black, and then you just like, yep, it's done.
Yeah, bro. I remember during COVID, bro, I was just making album covers.
Yeah.
I was like charging $40 and making like album covers for people.
Bro. The reason why I love making album covers and stuff, but like the reason why I stopped doing it
GOAT.
is because
that's another conversation for another day.
Bro. So it's sometimes I would get these requests,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, dude, no way. And then one time, okay, this is crazy. I got like scammed.
Yeah.
But like pretty crazy. This was like this one dude DM me on Instagram. And then this was probably like, I was still at Kane. So this was probably like 2019 or 2020.
Yeah.
And then this dude, he DM'd me. He was like, yo, I see like your covers. I want to get a cover done. And then I did one. And then he was like, all right, bet. He cash apped me like 30, 40 bucks or something like that. And then like a week and a half later, he was like, yo, I want to make like 10 for the different singles and stuff like that. And then he was like, I'll pay you double what the thing is.
Yeah.
So this is like $800.
Yeah.
I don't think I had a job.
Yeah.
This is when me and Jacob were going to Quick Check and then like eating the $3 subs and like splitting our Burger King coupon.
Yeah.
This was so.
Hey, real quick, yo, Wendy's 4 for $4s held me down through college, and that's why I am the size I am. Look like the Michelin star man.
They really held you down.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
No, so then this dude, he sent me all the ideas, and then I did them. This is just me being stupid. I didn't like be like, oh, you have to pay me up front or anything like that. So then he was like, okay, I did everything. He was like, all right, I'm going to send you the money. So then he cash apped me, and then he cash apped me, but the notification was from, like, if his name was John, I got it. His name was not John, but his name was John. And then the cash app came from Steven, and it was for even more money than the 800. And I was like, what? I'm used to we would send each other $5 for the 4 for $4s and stuff. My cash in and out was nowhere near in this volume. And then he was like, he like tried calling me back to back. I never spoke to this dude a day in my life. I realized he was like doing like some money scam and using me for it, but it like terrified me because I'm used to literally spending $5 on food, sending $5 for food, and that's it. This dude sends me $1,200. I was like, I didn't even see $1,200 in real life before. And then he calls me like back to back to back to back to back. And then I was like, no, I'm not picking up the phone. And then he was like, yo, I need you to take out. So let's say he owed me 800. He sent me 1,200. He told me take out 800 of that in cash, and I have to come and pick it up from you.
He was definitely
no. Yeah. I was like, what? And then at that time, I was so like didn't know anything, and I was like, oh, this is like the cartel. And then, I mean, it's not. It's just some dude doing like some like crappy freaking like ATM cash app scam. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. And then he was like 800, and I was like, well, no, because one, you owe me 800, and that leaves me with 400. Yeah. And two, I don't know you. I'm not telling you where to meet me. Yeah. And then he was like, oh, well, when you give me the 800, I'll give you. It was so sketchy. Yeah. So if you do album covers, just do a fictional one for yourself. Post a bunch on Instagram. Do some for like Metallica, Green Day, whatever, and then just don't sell covers for $40. Don't sell them for $30. Don't sell them for $15. Don't even really sell them for $100. I mean, you can sell it for $100, but do it through
legal
Cash App. Ideally, Zelle. You should do it Zelle. Do Zelle. Do Zelle. If you have a bank account, do Zelle. Have them Zelle your mom. Yeah, and then do
or
that.
Your auntie, or your grandma,
or me,
or me too.
But yeah, no, that work was so
what's crazy?
bad.
I had a situation like that where I was doing I did a cover or like cover / like press looks for a artist, and it was cool. Like it was good vibe. Like energy was good.
You met him in person?
Yeah. Like nothing was weird. They he reached out to me, and I was like, cool, let's do it. And then I told him the budget and blah, blah, blah. I locked in a half deposit. But,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so, but like I had to pay the studio and I had to pay my production assistant that day. So really that half deposit was like for that. And then, yeah, and then like, I think I had like 200-300 left over from that.
Okay.
And so I had like another half I was waiting for. And I fucked up because I went off the good energy that I was like good vibes. So I was like, yo, bro, here's the photos done. Send me the money.
Yeah.
Bro's like, I'm gonna send it. I was like, cool. Doesn't send it.
Disappeared.
Yeah. No, like I hit him again, and like I reached out like a week later. I'm like, hey, bro, like just check in. Like, could you send it? Let me know any changes. He's like, yeah, I got you. Doesn't got me. Then fast forward like 6 months to a year, bro lost the link for the photo.
Oh, now the power's back in my hands. Yeah.
Bro texted me out the blue. I think I was at Sunglass Hut, bro.
I mean, good for him for trying to get this done so far in advance. But
yeah, I was at like I think I was at Sunglass Hut or like Lids or something. Like I was just like I was
chilling or working.
Yeah, I was at the mall. I was at the mall, and I was just like, yeah. I look at like this one. I'm like, whose number is this? I text him like, yo, sorry, bro, I don't got your number saved. Like, yo, it's me. Blah blah blah. Like, we did a shoot. I lost the link. Could you send me the link? I was like, huh? I was like, bro, you know you owe me like this much money still? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna send that right now. Nothing. Goes MIA for another month.
That's his fault too. How do you get a link? Try to scam and not download the photos.
Yeah, and then
that's crazy.
And bro was like, bro was back a month later. Yo, bro, I really need this, like the label situation, whatever. I'm like, bro, I'm about to delete these photos if you don't send me the
Bro, you gotta send like a ransom photo of like your mouse like dragging over like the trash can. Like, send me money.
Bro, literally send me the bread, text him the thing. That's it. It was simple as that. I was like, bro, like that, like, bro, lock in the deposit. Don't send no links till you got the full. Actually, take the money up front. Lock in the deposit for the date, and the minute you're done with the shoot, make sure you get the rest of the bread.
Yeah, because like the thing, I also had a similar situation like that where it wasn't to the scale of pay as the same, but it was like a situation where I was never like watermarking anything I would send people. So somebody used one of the covers that I sent them, didn't send me anything or whatever, and then I messed up because I sent them just like the full export. So it's like full resolution, everything is ready to go. And this was completely my fault. And then like a week later, I mean, after just not getting any response, a week later, I see it on SoundCloud from somebody else's, like somebody I know who somebody they know, like their story from reposting it. And I was like, well, what do you know? And you know what I did? Hold on. I went online and I found out exactly what you need to write to get your copywritten stuff taken down. Got that cover taken down. Yeah. And then, same thing. Yo, I don't know what happened. The thing came down. It said it was like a copyright thing. And I was like, oh, man, I don't know. Yeah. What's going on? And then I think he got hip to what was happening. Yeah. So then he sent me the money. Yeah. And then I like sent SoundCloud an email where I was like, everything has been resolved. Bro, I was like attaching like, here's the original design file. Everything is in separate layers. I own this file. Here's email exchanges, text exchanges. Yeah. This was over $50. This was over not $1,000, not $100. This was over $50.
But $50,
I don't care.
But $50 like back.
I don't care, bro.
$50 back then, you know, that was like a.
That was 5 quick check subs.
No, literally.
That was how many 444s?
Shit, that's like almost a month's worth right there, bro. But it's moral of the story, just take deposits, take a full payment day of. Don't send anything until you get the full payment. That's like number one rule. Yeah. Like it's unless like you're going through like a professional business and like, you know, you have contracts set up and then everything, then you have the contracts saving you. But like anything less than $1,000, just make sure you just take the money up front. Like it's not worth it. Yeah,
because like what I've learned also is that it's different if you're working with like a company, like some of the places you work for, that's their process. You can't really change the infrastructure of this huge company. Yeah. But if somebody's hitting you like a small business
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, we usually do this, you don't have to say yes. Be like, okay, that's cool, but this is how I work.
This is how I
and
do it, yeah.
You are hiring me for a service. And it's like that difference of like, at first you always are like, oh, I get this opportunity to make like any amount of money. It could literally be like $10, $15, $20. Like any amount of money is a huge deal because you are successfully doing something at the smallest scale because your services are being purchased.
Yeah.
But that's like understanding that like, no, this is a service.
Yeah.
And they need you more than you need them.
Yeah.
We could just do spec work, test shoots until you turn purple, work on it literally all day to get a big enough client. But the issue is that we need money. And then you have to do like freelance, pay gigs, all these things. And it's good because it helps you network and get more. But like a lot of times you feel like this, I don't know if it's like inferiority or like a power difference because it's like, oh, they're like an actual business and they want me to do X, Y, and Z. You'd be like, no, this is not how I do things. Because my typical thing is 50%. I need 50% before, like when you sign, I'll send you like a design brief about like what the project is, and then I'll send you a document to sign, which is basically the contract going over. You have reviewed the brief, you have signed the brief, and then you know that this is the timeline, the pay, everything. And then when you pay it, this project timeline, I'll send the timeline. The first date, like I don't even put it like by date, like 05, this starts May 12th, and then we'll end like June 3rd. I put like in days, like this from the start, it'll take 3 days, and then I'll send this 3 days because I'm not starting until I get the deposit. Yeah. So if you pay me and it's via like Zelle or whatever, good, we'll start immediately because I'll get it right away. If you do an ACH payment or whatever and it's initiated, it didn't hit my account. I don't know what weird things that could happen in there, like, oh, we have to reverse the payment, anything. I already started. Even if I put like 1 hour in, like, I need the 50%. Yeah. But I mean, there's other instances where it's like places will be like, oh, well, I've had people who are like, oh, well, we do like 25% or like 20%, and then we start up front. I'm like, I'm not doing it. Yeah. Because that just means that gives them more of a door to walk out of and kind of like abandon things where it's like, you're willing to pay this much money for whatever we're doing here. Yeah. You're willing to hit me up. You're willing to hear me out. You're willing to take my contract. But then you're not willing to pay half because like that's my security blanket. Yeah. You don't need any of that stuff. Like you have me, I'm bound by contract. So I need that other security blanket. So yeah, I mean, if you could do it, I would say just like definitely always get the contracts when you're at that scale. Even just like on a small scale, you could just put like a little like quick, small little contract together. It's like me's a blank name signing this is agreeing to pay this person. I mean, over here.
On my invoices when I send it out, I have terms and conditions on the bottom. That's like hey, like this has to be paid. I have 50% deposit. The rest will be paid the day of, and then like like I have my banking information, so it's not even like, oh, they gotta ask me for it. Like everything's there, and then like, oh, if it goes over a certain time, this is how much it's gonna cost and all that. Yeah. And then that, and on top of like going back to what you were saying, excuse me, my caffeine running out. But what do you say? I had a client. Like we were in agreement. Like I signed a contract with them. Cool. This was the rate, and we agreed on a net 14, and I'm like, cool. I did the shoot a little bit over net 14, probably like a day or two, and then came back again. They wanted me for another shoot, and I'm like, okay, cool. Send me a new terms and condition now, like, and it said from net 14 to 30. I told them, like, bro, I can't do that. It's not worth it for me.
Was it a difference in the amount you were getting paid?
I mean, it was depending because we were talking about this beforehand with them because certain times they had like days that it would be full days, and then they had days.
Oh, okay. Like it was either half day or full day.
Yeah, and it was just like, and the rate was the rate was, excuse me, sorry, wait. Yo, make sure you sleep on time, bro. That itis, that sleep hit, but yeah, it was just it wasn't the pay. Like the pay was kind of like we already had to talk about it, but it was time period of the pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that, and you know, like also what I could, you know, everyone learns things differently. Like, you know, I've been doing it for a while, but really I haven't been business oriented as good. I'm still practicing that. You know, no one's perfect, but you know, a lot of us, like, we don't have you know, people like teaching, you know, like mentorship and everything. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't until I like met more people in the industry as I continued working, it's like, yo, bro, like, you didn't agree on this, you didn't ask usage rights, you didn't ask rentals. Even though you own the camera, you're still bringing it with you. That's a rental fee.
Yeah.
You know, your travel, your editing, like, you know, these are all different things. And a lot of things is like, you know, with the people, the younger generation, you know, they, I don't want to say, there's a whole generation where these were the norms, and now this new generation, they don't understand. Like, oh, we're
Yeah.
only asking you for a couple hours, bro. Yes, it's a couple hours of me actually doing the work, but it's another couple hours of me traveling, another couple hours of me going home and editing,
Yeah.
just storaging files, bro. Like, that takes.
But it's like they a lot of people don't understand all that goes into someone else's service. Like,
Yeah.
when I, you know, like we've had a same client before, but like the, you know, let's say if it's like a place that sells food, like a bakery or something,
Yeah.
for example, we don't know everything that goes into making
Like,
baked goods
yeah.
and selling them and like packaging them and
Yeah.
everything like that. And then it's like, oh, well, like, let's just, I'm really going to talk this into like a really simplistic way
Yeah.
to make it seem like I don't want to pay so much.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's what that is. And now I know you're going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And then especially the people that are paying you the least are going to want the most, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's times where I'll do like work for like free if I don't have
Yeah.
like a client, or like I'm like have to pause like work because of like
Yeah.
certain payments and stuff. I'll like do some free stuff, and like the amount of stuff that they're telling me, they're like, oh, logo, brand mark, this, that, and I'm like, that ain't happening.
And even like certain things, like, my bad to cut you off, like certain things like that, like, yo, you might agree on something, and then they'll ask you for more, and then you gotta put your foot down, be like, yo, listen, this is what we agreed on. This is what you're asking is not part of that. We can do that, but that's gonna be additional fee.
Yeah.
So like that.
That's what I put in my contract too. What I put is, based off of these services, this is the price. And then price is subject to change per additional services. And upon additional agreed upon services, a new contract will be issued following a similar timeline. That's all I do. Like, anytime I've done retainer work, that's exactly what I would do, because my retainer was based off of 40 hours of work. Now, if that retainer was 50 hours that month, I'm open to speaking with, you know, the person being like, okay, look, how do you want to do this? Do you think that you'll need all 40 hours next month? Or instead, you could do two things. You could pay me the additional 10 hours for this month. Or we could do 30 hours next month, and we could call it even, and you pay the same rate, and then it adds up all together.
So also another thing, like, I'm kind of happy you mentioned that. I don't know if it's the same for graphic designing, but I don't do hourly rates. You either got me for a half a day or you got me for a full day. Because people will be like, oh yeah, we just need you for 1 hour, and like, you know, that. And like, it makes no sense for me to come out all the way to West Bumblefuck, like, you know, New York or something, or like Jersey or something, and I'm only there for 1 hour. That's why, like, you gotta incorporate your half a day rate or a full day rate, and then add in your travel too. Like, travel is time and money, because I have multiple shoots. I went to New York. I just did something for a huge brand. I don't know if I should say it or not, but like, I did something for a huge brand. I left 3 hours before the shoot to get to New York, and because of the traffic, it took me 4.5 hours to get to Long Island City. 4.5 hours to get to Long Island, and I left early. So that's
not early enough.
That was early enough. Yeah. So I was like, yo, they got, and then literally like you gotta, like, you know, like, make sure your time is valuable, and make sure you're getting, you know, paid for that time as well, because yes, I might just be at the shoot for like an hour or two, clicking the button that everyone thinks I'm doing, but they don't understand that, like the pre-prepping, me going back and forward from my house to the studio, make sure I have my equipment, like, packing a lot of the equipment. Sometimes they don't even want to pay for an assistant. Like they don't like, bro, like there's and not me like complaining and everything, but like there's
hey, complain. No, we got episodes to make.
Yeah.
We don't complain. We can run out.
Yeah, no, literally, and and what I was saying about the older generation, they understood, and I think it's more about me becoming more business oriented and letting them know, hey, listen, yes, this is my rate, but I'm gonna need an assistant because I can't get there, set up lights, set up my laptop, talk to the client.
Yeah.
Figure out, bro, that's like doing 5 different jobs. Like the photographer should just come in.
Yeah.
And like that. And when I assist, I tell the photographer, like, bro, don't touch that. I got it. You you communicate with the client and like that. And that's me just being experienced as a photographer. So if I have to go assist someone down, like, yo, listen, you're good. Like just don't,
Yeah. No, anytime, so I price things out mentally, I price them out hourly. When you get an invoice, there's no hourly breakdown of anything.
Yeah.
In certain cases, I guess people can try to figure out, I guess, like the hourly rate. If like, let's say I do a retainer with somebody and it's like 20 hours, or like the last retainer I was doing for a few months, it was 40 hours a month.
Yeah.
So 10 hours a week. He could definitely break down what he's paying me, but also that includes other things like my subscription costs are baked in. I'm not telling you that, but those are baked in. So like if I do a logo for a business, one of my clients was a preschool. Yeah. I did a logo for them. It wasn't even a design from scratch type of thing. This was a redesign of their logo. Their logo was a sun, and they wanted it to stay a sun, but they just wanted it in a different style. Yeah. And then I did a whole bunch of like exploring other styles of that stuff. I could put like pictures. I have like sketches of all of them, but then the one they landed on, it wasn't my favorite, but I don't care. Yeah. And then, it didn't take me, like if I broke it down hourly, you also have to try to understand like, how are you breaking down hourly? Is hourly starting from the second I sit at my desk? Yeah. And then when I get up off of my desk, the hour's over. I think about this stuff all the time. So if I were to charge somebody hourly, it would probably be like 8 hours a day, even if I'm not working 8 hours a day, because I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to, like, if I have an idea, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm sure you do the same thing. Like, thinking about what type of rating I'm going to bring and all this stuff. Yeah. Even when you're out, you're with your family, you're with your friends, you're driving, you're sleeping, you're showering. So it doesn't even make sense to break it down hourly, because if you start to break it down hourly, to me, you are now limiting yourself on what is my work. And my work is not just, sitting at a computer. My work is thinking, and then it's applying that thinking to what I'm doing, and then what you need. So I charge just a whole number based on the project, and that way, it leaves less room for like people to negotiate. Like, I'm open to negotiating if somebody's like, okay, I quote somebody like $2,500 or $200 for something, and they're like, oh, like we were looking more to spend like $150, and like I'll take it. Like I'm not gonna beat around the bush for that. But if I give them how many hours it takes me, then a conversation starts to begin of like, oh, well, my niece has Canva. She could do it in 20 minutes. She has these templates that Hassan emailed her, and then she has all this. then I have to start defending my work and why it takes so much time. And then I'm not going to sit there and be like, I think about your logo while I'm in bed. I think about your logo while I'm taking out the trash.
Sometimes it does, because that shoot I told you that I was late for, bro, I was having butterflies, panic attacks, fucking diarrhea, everything, like just coming up before the day of the shoot. Like, if we go by hourly, I probably spent 300 hours on that shoot.
Bro, the time you freak out about it, it's like you're affecting my day.
If you're talking about, you're actually very lucky I don't do hourly, because if I did hourly, you would have a humongous bill, because I will be freaking thinking about it everywhere I go. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm thinking about it. And also the no sleep I get before the shoot.
I spent $100 stress eating this week about this project, so that's also the food bill.
And I accidentally took a mental preparation for the shoot, and I went to Disneyland. So like that's also included.
I was doing research.
Yeah. No, I mean, and also I have ADHD, so you're already from there. Like my procrastinating skills are like, if procrastinating was a
Let's
sport,
try that word again. What did you say? Procrastinating.
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 You know I can't fucking speak English properly.
I know, but
yeah. All right, Mr.
I can't wait to see what the subtitles generate.
Shut up. I can't spell or speak sometimes, bro. It don't even matter, bro. Whatever the word is, but
I think this is a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah. But just now I lost my train of thought. Thank you.
We'll see you in the next one. This is good. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.